What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing Love is Blind. This is season 5, episode 3, Blindsided. And for those who are new to my channel, I do detailed reviews on reality shows. I may not hit every single scene, but I try to pull out the most important scenes to me or something I want to speak on. And as I said in my intro, I am YouTube's number one commenter. So, with this channel, it's all about the comments. That's what I need from you. That's the currency. I don't ask for the likes and the subscribes and the shares or whatever. You should do it anyway. But if you don't, please get down in the comments. Even if you just say hello, we need to keep this thing going. And this is what I in real life do this for. So let's go ahead and get started with Love is Blind. Like I told you before, this is actually one of my favorite shows out of like all the shows. I can't tell you why I connect and lock in, but it just is. And I gotta say, just going in, I am so impressed with this season. Like, they bring it. I mean, when I say they bring it, they bring it. So, me right now, I'm a little behind. I'm on episode 3, but let's continue on where we at, because the people said, they told me, we don't care if you do it one by one, how slow you go. We need to hear from you. So I'm going to give it to you, because I work for y'all. So let's keep going. So episode 3 picks up on a cliffhanger, and it's showing JP meeting Taylor for the first time. And as soon as he see her, he's like, what up? I hate like that. That's just me. When you're grown and you have a woman and y'all are romantic, you talking about what up and what's up, bro, and all that kind of dumb shit. I hate that. Any race, anybody do stuff like that, I despise it. But when JP sees Taylor, he's like giving her these hard kisses, like, like this guy's romantic. And after that, he just immediately gets on one knee and proposes. I thought he was going to give a little more, something like heartfelt, but I guess he really don't have it, and Taylor's calling JP her made up nickname she got for him, Hey Sugar Butt. And he's like, Hey Sugar. I don't know about this connection. And why I say I really don't know about it is because we can visibly see, and the way Taylor is speaking, she's not really attracted to JP. She hates his teeth. She hates his face. And all I can say is just good luck with that, because you can't change those things immediately. And, the way she speaks, she's trying to convince herself, hey, for the first time in my life, I'm guessing looks don't matter. And she doesn't believe that. She don't believe that at all. And, at first, I was all in. I was like, they are perfect for each other. And this is it. Small town school teacher, firefighter. Yes, they got it. It's them. Not just because of what they do, just to seem like the aura they give off, like they just down to earth people. But we're seeing it's taking a turn already, and it's not looking good. So let's go to the Izzy and Stacy situation. They have a date, and Izzy seems to she seems to be he seems to be struggling, like whether he wants to choose Stacy, because he has insecurity of abandonment, and Stacy pretty much is dealing with the same thing. Like, in my opinion, I think Johnny's a better fit for Izzy, but only Izzy knows what he wants. And so let's go to Uche and Aaliyah, and they going over there like weird things that they do and quirks, but really it's Aaliyah. And we find out like Aaliyah eats like Splenda packets. She eats spoonful of honey, and she plays with the little skin on her elbow or whatever. I forgot what Uche said. It's called the something Vanus, Wanus or something. It's called the Wanus or something like that. And even off that, Uche comes off. He comes off still judgmental. I don't really see it for her, but she kind of presses Uche out about what's your quirks? I know you're not perfect, or what's going on. And we learn that Uche has OCD, and rightfully so. Aaliyah should be concerned, because to me, Uche doesn't come off like very authentic or forthcoming. Like, he's going to give you half of the story. And Aaliyah spoke on it. She was like, I think, the way you're saying it, you kind of downplaying it like it's going to be a problem. And she's absolutely right. That OCD thing is going to be a big old issue. You try to minimize, like, when I see paintings, I want to straighten them out, or certain things may be a certain way, and all of that, and it's a problem. He needs to be by himself. So, can I jump into like a little thought I was thinking? Like, I'm noticing that, like, we see different characters in the men and women lounge, but especially the women lounge. We're seeing a lot of side supported characters or cast members that are black, and I'm thinking, like, is Netflix doing us like Jenny Ma? Jenny Mai, Jenny Mai, like, they're keeping the dark meat on the side. Like, I see, different African American young ladies, but they're not getting in the pause. We're not getting the story. Like, we're just the side dishes. I don't get it. If y'all gonna show them. Put them with somebody. I'm sure they had dates somewhere, but okay, what can I say? I guess we're just lucky to be on the screen. So let's go to Milton and Lydia, and they're having a date, and it started off normally, but it got kind of deep. Milton revealed that he has like a severe like back injury, and potentially it's going to be life threatening, and even Milton confessed to Lydia, like, he's certain. I don't know what he knows, because he had like experienced like organ failure, because I guess his spine and stuff was messed up and it was pushing his organs, that he will not live long. And he's just like, who's gonna love me? Who's gonna be there for me? And Lydia said absolutely she would. And I think it's sad that that's happening, because I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe Lydia is committed to Milton. It's like he's the backup rebound guy, I don't know. That's not it, because we know Lydia has eyes with someone else. But back to the love triangle with Izzy and Johnny. I knew that date they were doing got bad when Izzy offered to compare his connection with Johnny and Stacy. Like, guys like that are very not self-aware, where they feel like they can speak comfortably, like, well, I like you, but let me tell you about the other girl, or like, why would that make sense, or why would that work? I just I just don't get it. And I would just say, like, at this point, again, go with Johnny. It's a safer bet, but he doesn't see that. And Johnny. Izzy goes into telling Johnny just how well Stacy knows him, and like how fun she is and all that kind of stuff. And I get that, like, you want to have a well-rounded marriage, but a lot of people focus on that, like, fun. Like, that fun ain't gonna hold you. That fun times is gonna kind of fizzle out when real life gets there. So, just to focus on fun. If you just want to have fun, just date. It's cool. It's cool it's cool just to be single and make your choices and whoever you want to have around, but people just keep talking about fun. And at this point, the lawyer in Johnny came out, like, she really made a great argument trying to convince Izzy that, like, she's the better choice or whatever. And her point was like, let's not focus on the fun. Let's really focus on the connection. And also put it out there. I mean, she just went all the way out. She's like, well, I guess because Izzy did it, she got, well, I had the same thing with Chris that you're having. I would have a sure life with him, but I didn't want that. I wanted to be with you because I like, don't love Chris. I love you. And it didn't work, though. Izzy was like, yeah, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. He broke Johnny's heart, and she was just tore up and inconsolable, and it just didn't work. She tried her best. But the funny thing, after Izzy broke Johnny's heart, his energy was right back up when he met with Stacy. And you got to understand that, yeah, we're in the pods, but that's like how real life is. And that's why they tell you not to, I guess, be on the floor or slide down a wall for somebody, because in real life, when they walk away or leave from you, they're moving on with their life, whether it's another person or just happiness of not being with you. So, my grandma always told me, if you break up with somebody, you cry for one day, because after that, pretty much the person's already moved on and living their life. So what you gonna be so sad for? So yeah, that's a real thing. And Izzy think he found the one in Stacy, but to me it quickly came crashing down. Like Izzy was like all in with Stacy at this point because he didn't let Johnny go, and Stacy really revealed, like, in real life, I'm not that emotional person. I'm not that woman. I struggle with it. And yeah, you telling me you all in love with me, but it's really not there quite yet. And you can see all the regret on Izzy's face. As well he should. Because it's like, in this season, it's like all types of love triangle. And I guess, again, this is like a product of reality. Like, when people, like, just say if you're interested in somebody and they're kind of not giving you that energy that you need to say, like, oh, we're going to do this, more than likely, they're liking somebody else that probably don't even like them. I mean, it's crazy like that in this world, It's real crazy. So, we back in the men's quarters or whatever, the living quarters. And Chris is letting the guys know that, Johnny actually wants to have a chat with him. And, Izzy's sitting right there. And I'm thinking, I've said it before and I say it again. It's like, you're in a competition setting. Even though y'all are bros or whatever, you're telling somebody, like, how you're moving strategically with a person you're trying to win over. When, matter of fact, they might be in the same competition for that same person. So you're like giving away your strategy. You're giving away your secrets. You're letting them in that room, which is supposed to be a private conversation. To me, it's really a big mistake. And I never understood that. Like, I know they be trying to create friendships and all that, but no, you should never do that. You should never do that. So, at this point, what I was about to say, Chris goes in to talk to Johnny or whatever, and Johnny's pretty much trying to convince Chris, like, hey, I kind of made a mistake. I've been, like, creating the same patterns. I guess chasing an emotionally unavailable Izzy and really not sticking with the safe bet. And, of course, Chris has, like, his reservations because, yes, he should naturally feel like he is second choice and that Johnny doesn't really see him like that or whatever. But, she let Chris know that he's not as exciting as Izzy. And, like, I would think that was the worst thing to say in the world. Because, like, Chris stood up for herself. Like, hey, if we're going to be together, I want to be that guy. I want to be your highest priority. I want to be your one that you're in love with and, you have the passion for. And I appreciate that he spoke that to her, because that was very important, because it was very obvious that she was trying to spin the block on Chris or whatever. And he wasn't really having it. And Johnny, again, did a lawyer thing, made an argument, but Chris didn't fall for it. He like, yeah, this ain't it right here. And, he gonna need some more time or whatever, but yeah, he ain't with it. So after Chris gets back into the men's lounge or whatever, he decides to share his conversation with Johnny, and which is a mistake to me. And again, Izzy is still at the table. But, I do discourage that. However, it kind of worked in Chris' favor. I'm guessing he got some information from Izzy, even though, can you really trust Izzy? Because Izzy, if anybody knows, Izzy was like shaking at the table and eyes all big. Something is wrong with Izzy. I thought he was going to be the man through these episodes. Something's off about Izzy. I'm going to tell you that for real. It's something different. But, yeah, it's just the fact that, like, what Chris is putting out, Izzy's saying, like, no, she just told me the opposite. Because it does sound like Johnny is playing both sides of the fences about talking about, oh, I want to go with what's safe, or I want to go, if anything, if they talking across the pause, I wanted I wanted Izzy to tell Chris that she said that she didn't want to be with you because she saw you just as a friend, and that, you know, she's in love with me. If they're gonna do that, gossiping back across the pods, that should have been said. That, I think that would have saved Chris from like even wanting to be with Johnny at all. But hold up, we gotta hold up on this one because like we got Uche and Aaliyah. They got a date, and you know, I said from the beginning, you know, I'm not a fan of Uche, and you know, he absolutely dropped a huge bomb on Aaliyah, and just putting it out there like, hey, look, you know, your girl who's your best friend, you know, I met her in the pause and I realized that I actually know her. And who he's talking about? He's talking about Lydia. And the fact that like Aaliyah's mouth is like she's in shock because she should be. It's like sleeping with the enemy. Who is her biggest fan? Who's rubbing her hair, holding her, telling her she loves her, and we're gonna get this lawyer guy and all that. Because I thought she knew a little bit too much details. I mean, granted, Aaliyah might have told her, but she was way too invested. So come to find out, Aaliyah's sleeping with the enemy with Lydia because Lydia has previously had a relationship with Uche, and they go back to the flashback and show that once Lydia and Uche came into pods, Lydia was like, hey, you don't know who I am? And Uche like, no, I don't know who you are. And then she reminded him, and I'm like, oh, snap. And Lydia really got desperate, pretty much saying, this is a sign. This is a sign. Let's just go ahead and scrap everything, start over, and we can be together. Uche kind of backing off of it because, you know, I think Lydia got it kind of twisted. Like Uche was really trying to get back with her. He was trying to ease her down. Like, no, I want to go through the whole process. This will taint the process. He just don't want to be with her because if he wanted to be with her, he wouldn't be on this show because you can see that he could have her. And that is a bombshell. And, you know, when I saw it, I was like, what is Aaliyah going to do about this? Because that is so backhanded, snakish, you know, even though I love snakes. But just underhanded, and how can she trust Lydia anymore or even trust this whole process because it's tainted at this point. So that's where it went off in a cliffhanger. So I want y'all to drop down in the comments, tell me what y'all thought, something I missed, and I'm gonna do episode 4 right after this. So let me know what y'all think. And as I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I appreciate it, and I really mean it.